Hello, my loves. As always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. So this is the monthly astro forecast for the month of February for the sign of Aquarius. Now, this video is definitely for Aquarius rising. However, if you are an Aquarius sun, you'll find this information to be relevant to you as well. But also make sure that you watch for your rising sign. That will definitely give you an accurate overview of what the month looks like for you. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so we'll begin with a brief overview of the energy for the month. But before we get into that, happy birthday to all of my February Aquarians. All right, this is your season. I wish you nothing but abundance, great health, wealth, joy, love, and continued blessings in this new year of life. All right, so live it up. Again, it is your season, right? And so with it being your season, there is an emphasis on your first house of self. And then once the sun moves into Pisces, there will be an emphasis on your second house of money. So everything about February has a very personal feel to it, right? Whenever we have the sun in our first house, this is sort of our personal new year, right? Whether it's your solar return, so whether you are an Aquarius sun or whether you have Aquarius as your first house, that sun in Aquarius is like a rebirth of sorts. And so it gets you in the mode of thinking about the year ahead. Right? When we think about the new year, we think about what do we want to accomplish, sort of maybe what we didn't accomplish last year that we can revamp this year, or this time around, I should say. And that's definitely the case because this is the first time for you that Pluto is in your first house. And this is seriously important because this is all about transformation. Over the next 20 years, okay, Pluto is a slow burn, so don't expect any rapid changes. However, you are undergoing an upgrade of sorts, right? It's like perhaps, when you have your computer or your laptop and you have to upgrade the software. Or perhaps even when you get a new laptop, right? It's like you're upgrading the hardware as well. That's what Pluto in Aquarius is going to feel like for you. And this is important because this is birthing you 2.0 or maybe you 3.0, whatever it is. This is the first time, this is the first of 20 Aquarius seasons where transformation is going to be on the menu. All right. Now expect some intensity because that's just how Pluto rolls, but you're changing and you're changing for the better. And that begins this month as the sun moves into your first house. And then when the sun moves into Pisces, money matters become emphasized or focused, right? Pisces is the dreamer. Pisces is ethereal. And so whenever we're talking about Pisces energy, we're talking about working from the inside out. If you want to see changes when it comes to your finances, if you want to see changes when it comes even to things like your self-esteem or your self-worth, it's an inside job and it starts on the inside first. So don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to tap into your spirituality. According to the universal laws, it's as above, so below. And the as above is the spiritual part of the equation. So if you want changes, change from within, and then you will see it without. And Pisces season will give you the opportunity to do that specifically as it pertains to your money. All right, so that is February in a nutshell. Now let us get a little more detailed and talk about the astrology for the month. All right, so the month kicks off on February 4th with Venus entering Aries. And for you, this is happening in your third house of ideas, communication, and your immediate vicinity. All right, so Venus is the planet of relationships, right? And so there's going to be an emphasis on perhaps your relationship with your siblings, your relationship with extended family members. There could also be an emphasis on your relationship with your neighbors or people in your immediate vicinity. Now, the third house also covers transactions, and with Venus also ruling money, there could be an emphasis on transactions, buying, selling, negotiating, all of that kind of stuff. But by and large, the third house also has to do with learning, specifically learning specific skills. And so Venus in Aries sort of finds value in learning something specific, right? Particularly if you have a goal or a desire that you want to reach, Venus in Aries may really have you laser-like focused on that particular goal and perhaps what you need to learn in order to facilitate that goal. Okay? That same day, Jupiter will be going direct in Gemini, and this is your 5th house of romance and children. So Jupiter has been retrograde since October. And since then, Jupiter has really imposed limitations on us. Since Jupiter is the planet of expansion, when it's retrograde, it teaches us about limits and boundaries. And so over the last couple of months, while Jupiter was retrograde, your romantic life, perhaps your ability to express yourself, creative endeavors, or perhaps even situations involving children have been stagnant, have been limited, have been frustrated perhaps. But now that Jupiter is going direct, this gives you the opportunity to really expand and grow in these areas of life. So you can resume dating now, or dating may pick up, particularly if you're sort of out there, right? Things regarding children may also pick up and expand, and most importantly, your ability to express yourself creatively. It's like the sky's the limit, right? So it's a great sort of liberating and expansive feeling with Jupiter going direct. Next, we have the full moon of the month, which is going down on February 12th in the sign of Leo, and this is happening in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, essentially. So full moons illuminate and culminate. So this could shed light on your committed partnerships, your contracts, your business associations and business partnerships as well. This could also signify a time when something in your relationship culminates, right? Typically, a full moon in your 7th house could indicate a time when you get married, a time when you perhaps get serious about your relationship, decide to move in together. It's sort of a culmination and sort of a moving on to the next stage. Same thing with business. This could be the successful completion of a contract or a project or something like that. Or it could show you perhaps where you've been sort of fearful, right? Leo has a lot to do with courage, and a full moon in Leo can illuminate perhaps where we've been playing small, where we've been fearful, where we haven't been courageous. And so this full moon could illuminate those issues within your personal romantic relationships and or your business relationships. Either way, full moons are always enlightening. Thereafter, we have Mercury entering Pisces, and this is happening on Valentine's Day, February 14th. And this is happening in your 2nd house of money and material possessions. All right, and so Mercury in Pisces in your 2nd house, that's like money on your mind. Being of service is going to be key. So if you're looking to change your financial situation, Pisces being the sign of service, be of service selflessly. Right? It's not just about, oh, let me see what I can do so I can get some more money, or let me do this so I can secure the bag. No, Pisces is selfless service. So if you're looking to change your financial situation, particularly when Mercury is in Pisces, it's a great time to think of a master plan. Think of the things that you're good at. Think of the value that you can provide to humanity, and give it selflessly in service to humanity. And that will definitely have an impact on your finances, okay? Mercury in Pisces is also going to be urging you to use your imagination. Remember I said before, everything is an inside job, right? Everything that you want to see in your outer reality starts as either a thought or a feeling within first. So again, if you're looking to change your finances, use your imagination to create your financial dreams, okay? Thereafter, we have the sun entering the sign of Pisces. This is happening on February 18th, and this is again going to be illuminating and activating your 2nd house of money. So during Pisces season, you've got money on your mind. There's a focus on money, assets, finances, income streams, but also things like possessions, self-esteem, and self-worth. Thereafter, we have Mars going direct in the sign of Cancer. This is happening on February 23rd, and this is your 6th house of work and health. Now, Mars retrograde has been hellish, to say the least. It feels like it's been retrograde forever. And since being retrograde, it's been a lot of slowing down, stagnancy, lack of energy. And for you, this has been happening in your 6th house of work and health. So, work has either slowed down, your daily activities have either been frustrated or halted. If you've been looking to improve your health, change your health, or anything like that, those efforts have been stalled or stagnant as well. But now that now that Mars will be going direct, you're going to experience like momentum. It's like starting a car and then driving off, right? It's that ignition, it's that initiation in this area of life. So that's definitely a good thing to look forward to, especially after months of stagnancy. And then finally on February 27th, we have the new moon of the month, which is happening in the sign of Pisces. And for you, again, this is your second house of money. So again, if you're looking to change your financial situation, you're going to want to plant those seeds at that new moon in Pisces. And remember, Pisces is expansive. It's ethereal. It's like in the clouds. It's fantastical. So whatever seeds you're planting concerning finances at this new moon in Pisces, you're going to want to do it with an open heart, with an open mind, and without limitations or boundaries. All right. And that's how we close out the month. So you'll see that there's definitely a heavy emphasis on your second house of money this month. So if that's an area that has been a source of contention, that's been a source of stress, this is the month where you can turn things around. All right. So now let's get into some important dates that you will want to pay attention to in the month of February. All right. So as an Aquarius rising, the two planets that you always need to pay attention to are Saturn and Uranus. Those are your ruling planets. So anything that they're doing in your natal chart and in the sky currently is always going to be of utmost importance to you. So the important dates for this month represent transits of either Saturn and or Uranus. All right. So the first date you're going to want to pay attention to is February 11th. And this is when the sun will square Uranus. Now, Uranus is currently in Taurus, okay, and it is pushing us out of our comfort zone. Now, this is something that you perhaps are familiar with because your ruling planet or one of your ruling planets is Uranus. You're used to sort of sudden changes and sort of having to pivot at a moment's notice. But the way that Uranus and Taurus is working, it's really getting us unstuck and ungrounded, which could be jarring for anyone, right? Now, while Uranus is pushing us out of our comfort zone, when it squares the sun, it's like your ego may sort of get in the way or may frustrate any progress when it comes to moving out of your comfort zone. So on or around that date, don't let your ego get in the way of progress. Expect the unexpected because that's just how Uranus rolls. And listen to your intuition. This pushing that the universe is doing to us and for us, I should say, it's guided by our intuition. Our intuition is like the GPS. So listen to it. It'll definitely tell you exactly where to go. So then the next date that you'll want to pay attention to is February 25th. And this is when Mercury will conjunct Saturn. And both of these planets will be in the sign of Pisces. Okay. And again, Pisces is your second house of money and material possessions. So this is going to be a great day to think of a master plan that can provide financial stability. Okay, Saturn is all about stability and longevity. So this is a great day perhaps to think of a savings plan, an investment plan. Talk to people regarding your finances, specifically people like, I don't know, financial advisors, investment advisors, things like that. People who can help you grow your money. You're going to want to have those conversations on or around February 25th. And since both of these planets are going to be in the sign of Pisces, again, use your imagination. Do not put any limits or boundaries on those financial dreams. Planting those seeds in your mind will help to bring them to fruition in your reality. And then finally, the last date that you'll want to pay attention to is February 27th. And this is when Mercury will sextile Uranus, okay? So on or around this date, you're going to want to take advantage of opportunities that take you outside of your comfort zone. If it feels uncomfortable, if it feels a little weird, and your intuition is like, do it, then you definitely should, okay? Follow your intuition. And this could be one of these days or one of those days when you have sudden ideas, light bulb moments, aha moments. So pay attention to ideas that come up, pay attention to conversations, advice. They could really point you in the right direction. All right, my loves. So that concludes the monthly astro forecast for the sign of Aquarius for the month of February. I sincerely hope that you were able to get at least one important piece of information that you can use going into the month. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.